did you know how, like, when did you figure out that that's what you wanted to do? Like, what you wanted to get your degree in?
It started early. I was always interested in math and science, good at them, interested in aviation. Like growing up as a kid, I didn't just enjoy going to the airport and just watching planes just take off. It's like now they have the flight trackers where the people are sitting at the airport like tracking the plane. That was me as a kid in the tarmac in the terminal. So, it was always a passion of mine. I knew like when I went to college, I wanted to study a major that I enjoyed, that I could put to use and something I was passionate about, as passionate about that as I am with football. So it worked out perfectly.
I mean, we know how hard it is for, I feel like, every college athlete to balance life between school and football or whatever sport you play. But I mean, with your major, how was that? Because I feel like that is such a tough major to balance out with, and you were able to maintain a 4.0 GPA. I mean, like, what was that like for you?
It definitely wasn't the normal college experience, I'll tell you that. With anything, it takes a lot of time management. It takes a lot of discipline. I think that's the biggest thing, I learned. When you want to, go out and achieve one of the hardest majors on campus, as well as playing the most difficult position in sport on campus at the quarterback position, and you want to do them both at the highest level possible, it takes a lot of discipline and focus on your craft. There's a lot of sacrifice. There's a lot of times where, I was the last one out the facility and then the last one out the library as well on the same night. Just because, you got to put in the time of work and dedication to your craft. So my schedule was hectic, took a lot of time management, a lot of discipline, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't go back and change any part of it.
One is just going back to college a little bit. I was curious, was you chose Tennessee? Did you choose that because it was great for football and for your degree? I mean, I know about the football with Tennessee, but I
Yeah.
really don't know about the aerospace engineering at Tennessee. So I figured that out.
That definitely went into my decision making. Aerospace engineering is not like a lot of schools have engineering, but the specific discipline of aerospace engineering, not a lot of schools have that. So that was crucial. I wanted to be able to go to a school where I could major in aerospace engineering, not mechanical with subset aerospace. Like I wanted to be an AE in school, as we call it in the engineering world. So that was important to me. And then obviously the opportunity to play for a prestigious program, as well as to play early. Like I played freshman year through senior year. So all that went into account. And then I think the most important thing, as well as those two things, was I just wanted to feel at home. At the end of the day, I think a lot of student athletes commit to a school for a coach or a person, whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, I committed to Tennessee because they had what I wanted to study. I had an opportunity to play for one of the most prestigious football programs in the country. And I knew that if for some reason I wasn't playing football, I still would love going to school at the University of Tennessee. So those three things were important to me. It felt like home, and it all worked out. So to answer your question, Tennessee does have a very good aerospace program. So anyone out there, if you guys are looking for a school to study aerospace engineering, University of Tennessee should be on your radar for sure.
Yeah. So they were having a conversation about which fast food sandwich could be thrown the farthest. And they actually brought up your name while having this discussion.
Okay.
Because Mikey actually has like a history of concussions, and he was talking about what would happen if you threw a burrito as hard as you could at his head. Would it give him a concussion? I thought that maybe that you were in on this, but apparently you weren't, because you have no clue what I'm talking about. And
Not at all.
When we tweeted that we were having you on, I tweeted Mikey and said, "Should I bring this up to Josh?" And he sent me back a GIF of this guy like waving no, but I told him it was happening anyway.
I got to throw a burrito at him next time I see him. We got to put this to the test. I think, though, that the fast food sandwich you go as far as easily like a McDonald's, a Steak and Shake double cheeseburger #1. Like they pack those bad boys in so tight when you get them, and they wrap them up nice and tight. You can sling it. It feels like a baseball. Like you could frisbee it, throw it.
So is that the key? It has to. You think as opposed to a regular burger, it probably has to be a smash burger.
For sure, it definitely has to be smashed. Like if you did like a Chick-fil-A sandwich, I think that's too much. It's too big of a surface area. Bringing in the engineering, too big of a surface area. The wind's just gonna knock that one down. McDonald's, I think that's like a close second. I think like Wendy's are too thick. Their patties too thick, so
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna go that far.
They were even like throwing breakfast sandwiches into the conversation. I think Mikey's what he ended up picking was like the sausage McGriddle or something like that.
I could see that one. That was nice and thin. That was nice and thinly packed. I could see the sausage McGriddle getting a good distance on it.
Okay, so that's the key. Is it's got to be condensed.
I think it has to be.
It
has to be condensed, and like a lot of cheese, so it like sticks together. I think that's crucial too.
Yeah, this is an absolutely wild conversation that we're having. By the way, I mean.